What's up, y'all? HTG Brian back here with another live stream. In fact, the final one of 2023. It's me, HTG BC. What's up, guys? Hey, real quick, I gotta do a sound check. I've got an extra fan on to make some ambient noise for Drexman. And I also have my little JBL speaker that is actually quite loud on the back side over there on the staircase. I've got it in a place that I don't think it'll pick up on the mic very well, but it is possible. And I am playing some like very notable music just from my playlist because I didn't have time to figure that out because I just thought of it. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to turn the music off, which has been a great cover for Drex. But ultimately, so let me know if you can hear anybody or any music. Let me know. I see some people sliding in that I haven't said hey to. What's up, Phantom? Happy New Year to you. I see Lolo just showed up too. Everybody else I've covered through hanging out in the chat for quite a while. But yes, Mike, you are correct. Cotton candy meat bags. I cannot wait for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is one of my very much anticipated games of 2024. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, just sort of freely. It's going to be like one of my last topics that I cover. I do have my phone on Audible too, so it might ring or make a couple of noises. And it looks like Drex has taken off, so that's good and bad. But welcome. Welcome. It's been a minute. Not really. We just streamed earlier today. I got to go see Grandma in between. We saw a fire alongside the highway. Not like right there. There's a big cement wall, like one of those noise blocker walls. And right behind it, there was a huge fire, just bellowing smoke. Mike, if you're out on I-5 at all, it's right there by Portland Road, when you cross Portland Road over I-5. It's like right before. So like Harley's like across the street and you can kind of see it. But like on the opposite side corner, like right there, like heading north, it's on your right-hand side. It's kind of crazy. But let's see here. Oh, message. Is that you messaging me? Okay. No, it's just the old Facebook. There was Ben. All right. So you guys know the drill. This is a game break, so I'm not gonna like spend a whole bunch of time greeting everybody and spending time flapping. I'm gonna jump right into things here. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I got the Twitter, which has officially been launched. So yeah, and again, if you guys can hear music at all while I'm talking or while I'm not talking, please let me know, because I definitely don't want to get flagged for like, playing like right now it was like Method Man and Red Man and some other people. Like I said, notable stuffs. Let's go ahead and check out some stats. This was a crazy month in the sense of just all sorts of family stuff, and really for Thanksgiving and Christmas are both like not chaotic, but just busy, just extra stuff. And of course, we throw in game breaks and things like that, and it adds a lot of extra work. But we had a good month last month. This is actually last month's stats, so this is November. We crossed into the just over the top of the middle of 196,000. This month we're doing a little bit gooder than that. View wise, we were about 550K. Watch time was roughly about 31,000. But looking at this month, cha-ching, we actually have almost climbed back up to 1,000 subs in the last 28 days. That's pretty nice. And we also got 664K. So back again, look at, we got over 110,000 more views, or actually it was just barely under 110K. You good, Drex? You good? There's Drax. I don't know if you can still see him or not. He's kind of back and forth. I don't know if my wife has made it back home yet or not. Doesn't look like it. But definitely watch time increase. So both things, you can see they got the green check marks. Not quite thumbs up, but like definitely worth, talking about. And again, this is all big thanks to you guys. This isn't me doing this. I mean, in a way, I created the platform and you guys are seeking the info, and I'm glad to be helping with some of that. I mean, some of you guys are here hanging out like today. You guys aren't looking for like a trophy achievement piece of information or anything. You're just here to hang out, which is awesome. But essentially had a good month. I was curious to see what kind of a year we had, and we actually hit 9.6 million views for the year. So just under 10 million. And that's crazy. Now, I'd like to have 1 million views a month. A couple of years back, we were like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. That was during COVID. Everybody was home. Everybody was consuming a lot more media and stuff. Plus, there was Lego games that had just come out. Backlogs were just, getting pulled out to be completed. And then, of course, the anticipation of Lego Skywalker, which eventually happened. And, those views will still continue to happen and go over the years, because not only will people play it for the first time, but a lot of people will go, you know what, it's been over a year since I played a Lego game. I'd like to play another one. And a lot of you have like the PS4 and PS5 versions, or the Xbox Series S or Series X version. I don't know if there's really two different ones. I just said that. But anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. There's multiple ways that you guys can play. So pretty fun stuff. But overall, very successful year, considering there wasn't an official Lego release this year. So knowing that, we generally have a little higher numbers, there's generally at least a Lego game comes out. But I mean, yes, I know 2K Drive came out, and I would argue everybody here that is a Lego game, but traditionally it's not. It doesn't have platforming. It doesn't have mini kits. It did have quite a few collectibles, but not in the traditional sense. But I've seen an uptick in video views. So I know that the PlayStation Plus peoples who grabbed it this month, we still got a chance to do that actually, we'll have, some future play. And just know too that I got you covered. That all being said, I am hoping that we do get to see Lego 2K Goal. There's been a lot of talk about that game, and whether or not it's real or not is still yet to be determined. Now, I will say this. In the past, when there's been leaks and I've sort of seen through them, they were pretty obvious of why they were leaks. The artwork didn't match, or it was maybe from something else, or there was some sort of reason that so far the Lego 2K Goal artwork looks like Mega Mondo official, but I don't think we've actually seen anything from 2K or from, I don't know if Warner Brothers is going to be the publisher on that again, or who is actually going to be publishing that. I can't remember 2K. Maybe 2K published it all. I don't, we'll have to look into that. But regardless, I haven't seen anything official. I don't think anybody has. And if I'm wrong, then please tell me. But you guys know that if there's anybody out there that wants a new Lego game, I'm literally at the top of that list of people who want that. So anyways, hopefully we'll get one soon. It may be quite a while. And, there's lots of talk about Lego, DC having another one coming, likely another Batman. That would be cool. It would be. But would I rather see sort of a remake of like Indiana Jones with the new movies like they did with Skywalker Saga? Yeah. Would I rather see that same kind of treatment with something else that we've maybe had a little taste of but didn't get all the way? Sure. Do I want to see Harry Potter again? I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but me and remasters. If we've already had it recently, I don't feel like we need it again. And it's just like with The Last of Us, right? The Last of Us is getting a remaster already, and I've complained pretty heavily about that. But really, my biggest complaint is the fact that the resources and the time and the money that was being spent to make the multiplayer got scrapped so that they could remake this. Now, I get that it's good for future titles. It'll sell tons and tons of copies because that's just how it works, and they'll get paid off an IP that they've already gotten paid off of, and that's great because it'll lead to bigger and better things. I'm hoping that we see an Uncharted 5 or an Uncharted multiplayer in the future or something, right? Or maybe they'll go a completely different direction, something completely new. I don't know, but something like Infamous. We haven't seen Infamous since PS3. I'd love to see a remaster of that. But please don't bring me some regurgitated Lego stuff that we already have. Unless if it's totally in a new engine, totally new mini kits, new everything, then sure, I guess I would accept that. But what do you guys think of the firework background? I haven't even really commented on that yet. Ironic that I'm like terrified that we're going to hear real fireworks outside, but I've got them all over. But there's no sound effects for those. At least I don't think there is. But I see Chris Mack has showed up. What is up? Welcome to the stream. Daniel's out there too. What up, Daniel? Happy New Year. All right. So yeah, that's my intro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let's get into some rappage, not like but like some like the year end wrapping it up. I've got my PlayStation wrap, and I've also got the Xbox wrap. I guess that's what it's called. The Xbox wasn't very impressive, and maybe I did it wrong, or maybe I didn't get the right experience, but I did capture them both, and I am going to share them with you right now. And then we can jump into, looks like the honeymoon to the moon, Alice. All right, PS Wrap, let's go. 2023, Mr. Inadub, aka Old Man Brian, but not super old man Brian. We got a whole bunch of games played. Look at that, 32. That doesn't seem like very many, really, if you think about it. I only played 32 different games on the PlayStation this year. First game was Ghostbusters. And as you may have guessed, my number one game played on the PlayStation this year was Apex Legends, coming in at 328 hours. Yeah, you could say I like it a little bit. We got Lego 2K Drive coming in at second. Evil Dead, where's the Gerg at? No, never mind, Gerg, stay hidden. That's always bad when he showed up. We also had Power Wash Sim, and what was the last one? Oh yeah, Riders Republic. Looks like I spent most of my time in shooters. Go figure. Month by month, this is kind of a cool breakdown. I spent a ton of time at the beginning of the year playing Skywalker Saga. Apex took the throne for February. Power Wash was in March. It's kind of like a battle between Power Wash and Apex if you go through the months here. We got a little splash of Evil Dead 2, which we grinded that out for the platinum. That was fun. Big shout out to Kirsten and Chacho and Gerg and Tude as well. And then, of course, that game, I still don't have the platinum. And Boo finally got his platinum. Now we just need to get Kirsten to get her Riders Republic platinum. But you can see there was definitely a lot of time spent playing my PS this year. And Ghostwire Tokyo was an absolute grind as well. I can't believe I actually finished that and platinumed it. It was a crazy game. 140 hours it took me. 140 hours for that platinum. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's move on. Moving along. And then we got October, November, both heavy Apex, which allowed me to get high. I'm like 73 or 75 in the Battle Pass so far. It looks like December was a high Apex month too. I'm glad it wasn't Fortnite because I have been playing a little bit of Fortnite. Fortnite did not make the top played list, and I'm okay with that. This is like a PlayStation Plus ad, I guess. I'm not sure what the crap was going on there. Definitely logged some hours on the old P5 this year. 92.97 game time, playing 25 games on your PlayStation 5. That's weird. It said I played 34, and I definitely didn't play any games on my PS4, so that's weird. Oh, 578 trophies, 12 platinums, one a month. I'll take it. One a month. Handful of golds. You know I like me some gold. And then, of course, yeah, my name's Brian, and I like to party. Partied up with 138 parties, which Gray was a part of each one until he left all of them in one day. Could you imagine getting notifications? Gray has left this party. 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 Boy, did that get annoying. Boy, did it get annoying. All right, 14 digital collectibles, and okay, we got a bunch of little weird, like, cards now, I guess, you can share with friends, like, on social media? Not really sure. I didn't do it. But that's pretty much my wrap. There we go. Woo to the who. How did you guys do? What was your most played game this year? Oh, Kays is out there. What up, Kays? Infamous Second Son was a PS4 launch game. First Light was standalone. Was offered on Plus as well. Yeah, that's not that Second Son. That's not even what I'm. PS3 Infamous and Infamous 2, the core games. The Second Son was literally a DLC. It was literally a DLC. But it was standalone. Like, it was really short. I mean, I want to say it was like a 20-hour platinum or less. I mean, it's been a long time, so old man Brian Brain could be striking again. But I remember it being, like, really short. Like, I want to say it was even like 12 hours or something like that. Again, probably wrong. And I know some of you rush to the front lines to prove it. And I'm okay with that. I can be wrong. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are, like, keeping track, I don't know what day it is. But my camera is still up there. That non 3M tape is still holding it up, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Yeah. So all right. Funny enough, I had like hundreds of hours of Apex. Check this out for my Xbox wrap. Like, this one was a little different. Like I said, a little different. 2023 review. It's already got like all my achievements. Like, I didn't get all those achievements this year. Like, you can see it says lifetime gamer score. And yeah, definitely nothing. I had 176 hours total on the Xbox. I'm not a very dominant player over there. Got 2,800 gamer score. Definitely played a plethora of games, including a bunch of old school arcade games, which were actually quite fun as well. In fact, I want to return to that because every month some games come and other games go. So, looking at the games, Hi-Fi Rush comes to mind. That was a really fun game that I played. Starfield was pretty cool. I mean, I hated on it for the first couple of weeks, but it grew on me a little bit. But then I'm glad to be done with it. So there was that. You know, Alan Wake, American Nightmare, looks like I played it, but I didn't. That was weird that it showed that because I haven't played that game since Xbox 360, I'm pretty sure. Payday 3 was one of the most played games I had. In fact, it beat out Starfield by an hour is all. And I got way more gamer score by playing Starfield. It was a little bit of a grind on Payday 3, and I do plan on going back to that. I know my buddy Carl is out there. He wants to play, so let's see here. Second Son, running around Seattle, First Light, didn't even have a plat. Yeah, so there you go. So short. Not even a, like I'm saying, not even a full game. It was just like basic stuff. I know we did some videos for that. I'm like trying to remember what we did on that though. And you guys can't hear the music still, right? Because it got a little louder for me. Second Son. I know I did a few videos on that. Let's see. Nope, that's not popping up. Infamous. That's still not popping up either. Let's try this a different way. Infamous. Okay, I guess I do have one video that pops up. It's the first look that I did, and that was back on. Wait, when was that? 9 years ago, it says. It doesn't give me a specific date, does it? I'm not seeing it here. It says 2014 though, so just about to be 10 years ago, it looks like. Yeah, so I'd love to see. And so even that was 10 years ago too. So furthering my point that when an Infamous remaster, especially if you included all of it, Second Son and 1 and 2 on one like digital download, that would be amazing. We hear zero audio. Okay, cool. Can't hear you. Okay, perfect. I don't know where Drex ended up. I don't think Wifey's back either. My phone hasn't chimed, so hey, I'm gonna crack open a can. 3, 2, 1. What favorite game? What was your game of the year? Everybody, let me hear it. Everybody knows what mine is, right? My top two games this year. Top two games this year were Alan Wake 2 and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Those were like the two games that I was really looking forward to, and they did not disappoint. Super stoked. I got to play them both. Platinum Alan Wake, I still got I got a ton of grindy, like high point value trophies that I need to get for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. So I may or may not ever get that. My thought is I will likely play that a bunch when I go to Eagle Crest in July. I know that's like way far out, but when I go there, I have very limited internet connectivity. And so I generally get a couple of games that I can play offline. And that's one that I could totally play and grind away at and bring off trophies. All right, so we got, unfortunately, wife went to Capital Mart to go hook up some yum-yums. I don't know if she's back or not yet. Are you back?
What?
Is Mom back?
Yeah.
Oh, she is? Does she have any luck with briskies?
Not the kind that you like, but she did get stuff you enjoy.
I don't know what that means. Did she give me the Kona? I know, but is it the Kona? The coconut porter?
No, it's not.
Teflon with a $2 super chat! Is this the last donation of the year? I don't know. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing probably not. So I definitely was wanting a brewski, but I didn't have any available. Like I said earlier, I forgot to go, but she got something for me. I don't know what it is. It's either it's probably my Nut Crusher peanut butter porter, which was totally okay. Oh, and what is this? What is this? What's this popping up in the chat right now? What is that? Is that a gifted membership? Who's going to be the lucky recipient? Toby won! Let's go! Congrats, Toby. Happy New Year. Hopefully you can hold on tight. Well, I guess you only get it for a month. But regardless, way to start the new year with a HTG membership. Hey, let's jump into the holiday stuff. Christmas was just a few days ago, as some of you probably know. I don't know, not everybody celebrates, I guess, so it's probably bigger for some than others. We have a fairly small family when it comes to like the grand scheme of things. My dad had two brothers. I have two brothers. My grandfather had four brothers. No, three brothers. There were four of them. So definitely like lots of family, and most of them live here in Oregon. And we always get together. We used to go to my grandparents' house. Since grandpa passed away and grandma's in a home now, we always go to my Uncle John's. We did Thanksgiving there. Y'all saw I got confined to the garage for eating time. I got some jokes about that. At least Hoosier did. And same thing happened this time, but much less people. It was actually a really small turnout. So my dad's brother, my Uncle Steve, his family was not able to make it. So that accounts for like 7 people that are normally there. And then my other uncle's son, he got married this last year, and his wife had a cat that she'd had for many years. He's like 13 or 14 years old. Beautiful cat. He's the one that I don't know if any of you guys might remember. I told the story not long ago about grandma was like fixated on her frame, wanting to see the picture of the cat because the cat had fallen into the washing machine and the owner didn't see and shut them. And like, there's this whole thing, right? That is not what happened, though. That is not what happened. But that's what my grandma heard when the story got told to her. And that's the story she told us. So when we finally found out, the cat had like tried to run across the washer and dryer, and its leg slipped in between the washer and the dryer, and it fell off or something like that, where its leg got caught and it broke it. So it had a broken leg for quite a while, and everything was going fine, healing up and everything. We saw them at Thanksgiving. This happened before Thanksgiving, so that's why we got all caught up and everything was good there. But then when Christmas showed up, the cat had gotten really sick. And when I mean really sick, like I'm pretty sure it's got like cancer or something. So they opted to not go. So we didn't see them either. My dad and his wife were there. One of my brothers was there. So my other brother went to actually celebrate with his girlfriend or fiance's family, which was pretty cool. And so it was really like small. Like we hung out, and it was like a little bit more intimate and quiet. We didn't have to go out into the garage. There was enough room at the dining table, so it was all good. But before any of that happened, though, we had Christmas Eve at my aunt's, and I know I shared, I think, a photo or two with you already of like Grandpa and whatever. Maybe not, but I actually didn't load any of that because I thought I had already shared. But the more I think about it, I'm not sure I did. We had Christmas morning at our house. And just quick backstory, every year for at least the last 7 or 8 years, I have sort of gifted Reese a troll gift, if you will. Basically, when he was young, we used to watch Peppa Pig all the time when he'd go to sleep. It was like a calming, quiet show. And later, when he was a little bit older, he had a sleepover with like 3 or 4 of his friends, and we went to watch Netflix. And we loaded up his account, and all they could see was recently watched was Peppa Pig, Oswald, Peppa Pig, and they like laughed at him and made fun of him. Peppa Pig, Peppa Pig. And so I like stood up for him, and I was like, "Hey guys," but as a joke to Reese, as a reminder of that moment, I've always gotten him a gift. So I've got like Bath and Body Wash sets with like loofah sponges and scrubbers and stuff, and he's like, "I hate this, I'm gonna burn it." Every year tells me he's going to burn it. And then like, all of a sudden I'll see the soap and the loofah in the shower and the soap get used. And like, so like every year, as much as like he like hates the anticipation of what dad got me, it always pays off. It's always like a memory, and it'll be something he remembers for his whole life. Right. And if and when he chooses to have kids, it's possible that he may do something like this. So just to wrap things up, I got Peppa Pig game one year. We got the Bath and Body Wash set one year. We had multiple plushies one year, like the different plushie dolls. Another year we had a whole set of the family little figurines, or because they're pigs, pigurines. No? Okay. So anyways, this year I had this idea. Like I've randomly saw something and I thought, oh my God, if I could do that with Peppa Pig instead of, it was like, I don't know what it was, Optimus Prime or something. I was like, man, if I could find a Peppa Pig in that, I would be winning at this. But I also knew that like I may have like hit the peak of the mountain with this Peppa Troll. I may not be able to outdo this troll next year. But all that being said, Reese was very, very nervous about Christmas morning, and it was actually hyped up with his friends. As I told his friends one day, they were all here chilling, which they're about to be here any minute. He's gonna have a whole house full here in a minute. I told him, I said, you know how I always get Reese with the pep, and they're I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to top this year's, guys, and they were like, what? So of course all the wheels are turning. Everyone's wondering, what did I get him? What happened? Mods, let me know how the audio is. Again, I can't hear the output. I only see a graphic EQ telling me. So here we go. Reese's Troll 2023. Oh yeah, he got his haircut too, by the way.
Morning.
Oh, it's raining money over here, dude. You better come collect it before it blows away. Peppa always brings the best gifts.
I told you I'm gonna burn it. Stand by that wholeheartedly.
Peppa always brings you cash.
Don't care.
It's so good.
Peppa Pig. It's still up in our room with our Christmas tree. Is that not like the greatest thing? Like you saw his face. He's just like, ah, And here's what's even funnier. So because that thing has like a sound, right? We had music playing on a phone in the room it was in, but even more importantly, in the kitchen. Like if you look, I'll start it over again. In the kitchen, right there in the background, there's a microwave, right? You see the microwave and stuff, right? See that? I had the fan on, the overhead fan. So he came walking out and like, stuff gets burnt here all the time, whether it's popcorn in the microwave or like garlic bread or toast. I say that quietly because I don't want to. We're having garlic bread tonight. We're having stew. So I don't want the bad vibes to be out there. But ultimately, it's not George, it was Peppa. It was Peppa. Anyways, pretty funny stuff. Pretty funny stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to come up with something better for next year. Every year too, we always give him money. Like you probably saw, there was $100. Peppa was holding $100. It actually fell off like seconds before he walked over to it. But definitely, I'm no longer jealous. Nah, you can find him. You can find him out there. I got this for $30, free shipping. I got it at Walmart of all places too, you guys. So it's super fun. A couple more photos. Here's one of our like setup. You guys can't really see it that well. I think on the next photo you can see it a little better. But he got a bunch of Sonic stuff. He got the Sonic and Tails brick heads from Lego. He also got another stuffed Sonic plushie. Anytime we find anything Sonic, we always get it for him. And there's also a couple of like off-brand Sonic Nerf guns. And here's Drex getting to open up a present from his cousin. Look at him just sniff that thing out.
What is that, Drexler?
Happy New Year to you, Terry!
What is that, buddy? What is it? Oh, yeah.
And he's off. No, he had a good time. You know who else had a good time? The Mustress, a.k.a. Half Hit, a.k.a. Cutie Pie. So you can see she's got a little tower. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's actually right by the window. So she has this nice tower with a bed. She can look out the window if she wants. She can hide from the sun if she wants. That thing is so soft, too. so soft, super, super soft. Yeah, so definitely we all had a really good Christmas. Real quick too, I want to show you guys something. So, a little half hit. If you look here, that's Cutie Pie. Okay. Cutie has been our cat for roughly like 11 to 13 years. We don't really have an exact date, but she's getting up there. My grandparents, when they were still pretty able, they actually wanted some help adopting a cat. And they found the one they wanted via a newspaper article because, you know, they were in their late 80s, early 90s at this time. And that's the place you would find that kind of information for somebody like that. And they found this cat. And I don't remember what the cat's name was to begin with. But within 2 days, they had changed the name to Snoopy. And most people think it has something to do with like the dog from Peanuts and Charlie Brown and stuff, but it has nothing to do with that. He was literally a Snoopy cat. He would they had a cupboard in the corner and you'd open it up and there was a Lazy Susan inside, which is like a spinning wheel where you put stuff, right? And he would go in there and ride around on it while she was looking for stuff. I'm not even kidding. Later, he would actually climb up when they moved into a home. They had sort of a kitchen with like a countertop that went right into the refrigerator. He would jump up on the refrigerator and then jump up on the cabinets up above, and he'd be up like 10, 12 feet in the air. And he'd just be sitting up there like, what are you guys doing down there? Pretty funny. Again, totally Snoopy. Now, that being said, that is a picture of Snoopy. Pretty similar to Cutie Pie, right? Even almost a little half hit. Almost. Just a little higher up. It's more of a nose speckle, right? Okay. But here's the catch. When my grandmother moved in February last year, so almost a year ago, to her new place, she could not bring Snoopy with her. Snoopy had to go to a special friend's house. Lives on a farm now. I guess he's being a turd. He's peeing on everything and scratching up stuff. It's not good. That the report, and like I'm being told, he's pissed. He wants his mom back. And so all of that being said, my 96-year-old grandma, who's 96 and a half now, she's working on 97 almost. She loves pictures of Snoopy. And we get pictures all the time from the farm. My family sends them to me, and then I put them on her special little frame so she can see him rotate through. It's just like a photo frame, digital photo frame. But Jillian had this idea, finding a stuffed cat. She has a bunch of stuffed animals in her room and stuff. So Jillian was like, let's get her a stuffed Snoopy if we can find one. And we found one, you guys. And Grandma looks a little rough in this picture. So, it was a long night and long day to get her out to my uncle's, but you could see she's actually holding Snoopy there. Jillian was showing a card that we gave her too with some other info on it, but pretty awesome stuff. Grandma started crying. Like, she wasn't weeping, but she was like, it's my Snoop. It's my Snoop. And she was like looking around at everybody like, hey, it's my Snoopy. It's my Snoop. Like, best. I mean, like, I was like trying to fight back the tears. Like, it was so awesome. Like, it really was. We got there today. We haven't seen her since Christmas, right? We go there today. Snoop's chilling right there, right next to where she's sitting. I was like, oh, yeah. She goes, yeah, Snoopy's hanging with me. I was like, oh, my gosh. She was actually in a pretty good mood today. We got some pretty good stories and had a nice visit with her. But so really cool. Super cool. Super cool. Now, little shift of gears, but still the same. Wouldn't be talk of Christmas without sharing off a couple of my gifts. So I got myself / wifey got me the Sonic Brickhead and Tails Brickhead as well. So Reese and I both have those. He's already built his little turkey, and he also got a Shadow the Hedgehog set, which I got one too, but I have not built mine. He's already built his, and on top of that, Reese actually got me this really, I guess, limited edition Barnes & Noble set. Now, this was one of those sort of gift with purchase type of things. Now, Lego does a lot of that, where if you spend like $100, you can get this free set as well. And it's incentive to buy Lego from Lego. And as an investor, you know, you get these free sets when you buy, and then it just helps with your investment, right? So most of them only sell for 20 or 30 or $40 when you sell them. This one is like super rare. I have no plans on selling this one, especially since Reese gave it to me. But just a cool little thing, like the stockings, like get out of here. That's super simple but creative. And I mean, I don't know, like I haven't looked to see if there's any kind of value on this, but just knowing that Barnes and Noble basically doesn't exist anymore. I mean, we just got one back, which is kind of ironic, but super cool. So I was very, very pleased with this surprise Lego gift, because I kind of knew, you know, we're real good in our family about like not taking too big of leaps on things for like gifts and stuff. Like I bought shoes one year that were the wrong size, and I felt so terrible that my wife got these new shoes she wanted, but they didn't fit her. And then she had to send them back and wait. And this was like 7-10 years ago. So like shipping took forever. And I think we even had to pay to send it back. Like, so I was just like, that's it. I'm never buying you anything again without your approval. And so every year I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And I always get it for her. So she's never surprised. I mean, sometimes we get her some small trinkety type stuff, but she's never surprised. You know, like Reese asked her saying, what do you want? So we got her exactly what she wanted. And then no money is ever wasted or, you know, mistaken, or sizing is always right. And if it isn't, then it's not my fault. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. So, your parents also named their pets. So my cat's name is Cutie. Their cat's name is Snoopy. That is correct. Let's see here. Callan! Yes. And Callan has met both of those cats. What up, man? Stock? Good to see you, bro. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What are you doing tonight? I'm sure you're probably hanging out with your woman friend, but like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I think we're going to be here if you want to come bother Reese. Sounds like first cat named her Snoopy because she was always going to the cat. Yeah, I have a picture somewhere on one of my old, and I'll show it to you guys when I find it, because I'm actually looking for it. I've done a bunch of phone backups over the years, and they're on external hard drives that I have to go through. But because Grandma has such limited access to Snoopy, I've been going back and finding old clips and photos of Snoopy back when they lived in their house, like, 7, 8, 10 years ago. And she's been loving it. So I'm trying to do more of that. And I know there is one where he is in the back of the Lazy Susan in the cabinet. It was like the second day they had him too. So it was like a long time ago. Pretty awesome. But let's see here. What Barnes and Noble? I don't think we have any. Yeah, so Barnes and Nobles is like a Borders, or it's a large franchise bookstore that used to dominate. Like, they were in all malls. They were all over the place. They were the go-to place. Like, when I was learning all my web design and all that stuff, like in the mid 2000s, 2005, 2006, like, the internet didn't have that much stuff. I mean, there was stuff out there. YouTube existed and had to, but it's not like it is now. Not like it is at all. And I mean, I have books that are, 3, 4, 5 inches thick that maybe came with a disc with like some sample files or whatever. But I mean, all my learning, all my web design, all my stuff that I learned for Photoshop and all that was all book read stuff. Like, I know it's weird. Brian, read books? Yeah, I actually do. In fact, I got a couple for Christmas, and I can even show you a couple of them. They're right here. I got Dilla Time, which you probably don't know who Jay Dilla is. Jay Dilla is a very, very popular producer who passed away quite a few years with troubles of lupus and some other health stuff. And then I also got the Lego Story. And this, I think this would really appeal to a lot of you. And I say that because it's Lego, but it's also got like a lot of photos and history of Lego. And I picked this up on Amazon. I actually bought this for myself the day after Christmas. Somebody got it for Christmas, and they were bragging about it on the old Facebook. And so I was like, what? I better go get that. So I ordered it for early birthday present. I think that's what we're calling it. But yeah, ultimately, definitely recommend it. I try to read at least a couple books a year. Most of the books I read are I shouldn't say not fiction, but like I've read a bunch. I try to read up on like artists that I listen to, so musicians and stuff, rappers, hip hoppers. So like this last year I read a book on Wu-Tang. That's called the Wu-Tang Saga, I believe. It's down there too. Then I also read Vibrate Higher, which was a Talib Kweli book. I also read Faster, Higher, Farther, which is a book about the Volkswagen, the whole thing from like concept of like Porsche Ferdinand and like I already mentioned Hitler once, might as well mention him again, and how he created the people's car and how it evolved and all through the wars and how it was then passed over to the Pike family and the Pikes took over and did all this stuff with it. And then the Pikes bailed and went to Porsche and left it with Winterkorn, and Winterkorn took over, and Winterkorn turned Volkswagen into the biggest powerhouse automotive maker in the world, basically. And then or Winkerton, I think is what it is. Winterton, something like that. It's been a while. And then it goes into like the Dieselgate and how they had the cheat device and how like this group of people knew that this was in there going out. And like most of the people didn't know, production line workers, all that, nobody knew. And how even once they found out and they were caught, they were like, no, we wouldn't do that. And they were like, listen, if you tell us now, we're going to like not. It was a really good book. I highly recommend it. Even like, whether you're a fan of Volkswagen or hate them, it's just a good story. But yeah, so I've definitely read 3, 4, 5 books this year. And I'll probably do the same next year. Reese even came up the other day and I was sitting here reading. The room was totally quiet. He's like, hey, can I come up? And I was like, yeah, come on up. So like, whoa. I was like, what? He's like, you're reading. And I was like, yeah, I am capable of doing that. He's like, I just never see you reading. And I was like, bro, I read all the time. You don't see me reading a book. I usually read on my phone because I read tons of articles and I read it for the articles. Right? Yeah, Saga on TV was really good too, which is what inspired me to buy this book. This book, actually, Mike, if you like the show, you'd probably like the book too, because it goes into like a bunch of like dirt dogs, like slang and all this stuff, like Raekwon too. Because Ghostface and Raekwon were like these crazy innovators making up all these like metaphorical names and stuff, and they changed the English language, really. It's really fun stuff. It talks all about the RZA, it literally talks about each member to an extent, talks about their journey a little bit. Very different than what you see on the show, which was crazy good too. Let's see, Josh is out there. I just finished Lego Harry Potter. Hey, awesome. Congrats on that. Don't know if you got the plats or not, but if you did on PlayStation, that's awesome. All right, so what else we got here? Next year, games. I've already mentioned that I'm really looking forward to, and I don't have any graphics or anything. I just kind of wanted to have like a ongoing discussion moving forward. Next year is going to be some pretty decent games. I mean, we've got some remasters that some people are excited for. You might see some gameplay from me on that, especially if it's $10. I know that there's people that are like, fight me that there's a $10 option, but there's still not a way to present that or buy that or do that. Or so, assuming that once the game releases on January 19th, which is only 19 days away, that there will be a conversion way. I mean, I don't know if they're going to like make you fire up the old version to buy the new version, or I don't exactly know. And I might not have the option because I did not buy. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out because I didn't buy the new one, right? So that might be why I don't have a $10 option yet. And like I said, if there is an option to do that, then I'll probably do that. If they're going to want me to pay $50 or whatever, I'll probably wait till it becomes a PS Plus game because we all know it'll be a PS Plus game. Other games that I'm looking forward to is I'm definitely looking forward to, I see Teflon just mentioned Sega. There's a couple of remasters that are coming out this year that are they're not really remasters. They're more of a revamp or whatever. I don't even know what the proper word is. They're redoing the game. So like Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio. There's two other ones too that I'm drawing a blank on right now, but definitely some good games. Now, I've seen a couple of clips of Crazy Taxi. It's not just like a visual overhaul. Like the graphics are like the functionality, like the visuals are different. Like they are taking that concept and making it a 2024 game, which is really cool. I don't know what they're going to do with Jet Set Radio. If they just make the same game again, I would be happy with that. If they have it fancier or a new storyline or something's different, I would be okay with that too. So my expectations are low, but I'm excited for that. And then, you know, also, you know, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's going to be a game that's, it's going to be tough to get a squad of people to play it because it's going to be terrible playing with public people or randos. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? Pop just got topped. So anyways, that's another one. Let's see, what else am I looking forward to? I had this all in my head earlier. 2024 game. Okay, so there's like Final Fantasy. Not really interested in that. There's the Prince of Persia. Suicide Squad. I can get down with that. I could definitely get down with that. You know, somebody the other day asked me, and I totally ignored them. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. Somebody did ask me though on stream, and I literally saw it and just looked the other way. Are you gonna play the new Jedi Fallen whatever? I didn't have an answer for that. I know that's not a new game coming out next year, but it just popped up in my head. I don't know. Kirsten said it was good. She also said there were some nightmare parts of the game. The map is supposedly better. I enjoyed the game's storyline for the most part, but it was hard for me to really get fully immersed in the game without that map getting in the way. So I have like a bitter taste in my mouth from the first one, even though I platinumed it and I stuck it through. I also had some bad info along the way. I remember who it was. I won't call him out, but you know, just use the push force. Like I have nightmares about that day. Just use the push force. Just push it out of the way. That's all you got to do. Just push force. And if you know who you are, no disrespect, but like there was just like some stuff that happened while playing that game that just sort of took it away. Kind of like having, you know, like I mentioned the God of War stuff, like having Brad be there, do this, blah, 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 like he was helping me. But for some reason, the help was not received as positive as it could have or should have been. And as a result, I hate that game. And it's not because I hate Brad. I clearly don't hate Brad, but like I'm not a fan of God of War. So another game that I'm really excited to see more on. I don't know if I'm going to love it or not, but the concept is great. Pacific Drive. If you don't know what that is, look into it. It's sort of like a cross-country racing fun experience. Test Drive is also coming back. So we got a couple of new or returning racers, depending on how you look at it. Pacific Drive's completely new, but Test Drive used to be a big thing. That was a big racing game for a long time. Not so much anymore. I like the name of this game. I have no idea what this is. Kirsten or somebody out there, feel free to look this up and tell me if it's good or not. Little Kitty, Big City. That just sounds cool. I have no idea what it is. It's on the list right here. Little Kitty, Big City. Let's see here. What else is out there? Little Nightmares 3. I guess I should probably play 1 and 2 first, huh? Reese has been really harassing me, telling me I need to play. I just had the name of the game and now I can't think of it. No, it's not Baldur's Gate. What the crap is it? Not the finals. Hey, Reese. Thought I heard him down there. Are you down there, Reese? It's a newer game. Little Kitty looks cute. Okay. I definitely want to check that out, just based on the name. It's a weird name of a game. I guess if I go to Steam, that's not even right. Yeah, Steam community. I looked this up the other day too, and as soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, totally. It's like one of the biggest games on Steam right now. And I know as soon as I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, because I've asked him like 100 times. What's the name? Lethal Company. There it is. I knew it. I knew it. Lethal Company is definitely a game he's been harassing me to play. I don't fully understand the game, and I every day I ask and learn a little bit more. But it is a PC game. We do plan on experiencing some PC type stuff as the year goes on. Bobby, who was a friend of the channel, picked up a Steam Deck so that he could participate and play some PC games because he didn't have a PC and he didn't want to spend $2K on something. So he's got a nice what do they call it, a dock and stuff that he can put controllers up, and I think he can even run it to his TV now. Pretty sweet stuff. He just got back from a couple of trips, so I don't know if that's all confirmed, but he talked about ordering that. Also, this year we're expecting Phasmophobia to come to console. That was a pretty fun game on PC, and if I get all my PC struggles solved, then I can really, my biggest problem with the PC stuff is that my main PC is way stronger and way better to play games. But my main PC doesn't have like all my stream stuff, like my Steam Deck and my microphone and my headset and all that stuff, right? Like it's all simple in a way, but like if 3 days a week I'm playing on console, and 1 day a week I'm playing on, or 2 days a week, then I'm having to constantly switch it back and forth and forth. And I don't want to have to do that. So that's why I sort of struggle. Now, my PC that is set up right now, that is streaming as we speak, it's capable of playing a lot of these games, but it's also like a 2.5-year-old PC. So it's not like super fast. And if you guys remember, for whatever reason, it's a gaming PC from Dell. It's like an X5 or something. I paid a pretty penny for it. It's only got a 1660 in it. So this was pre-RTX stuff. So it's old. It's a few years old. But it's always had a USB root hub issue. Most of you are like, what the crap is that? I've never even heard of that. And you're right, because nobody ever has. And I'm still not convinced that maybe Elgato didn't make that up, but I have found some evidence online of it. And basically what it is just like anything else, a pathway or a cable or a wire, whatever you want to look at, however you want to look at it, can only travel so much data per second down that path. And apparently I have really tiny pathways for my USB. So what that means is I plug one USB in and it sucks up all of the bandwidth that's capable for that pathway. And unfortunately, it's a shared pathway. So when I plug in another USB, it shares that. And one will prioritize as the high one, and the next one won't get anything. So, like, I don't know if you guys remember, like a couple years back, I got a cam link. I spent like over $1,000 on a camera and an adapter and some wires. And I was going to like have this, I got this nice little 4-arm swiggly thing to hold the camera, and it wasn't blocking my screen or in the cam. It was awesome. All this stuff. It took me weeks to figure it out, and it took me a couple months of Patreon to support it. And when I finally got it, I plugged it in, and I think Kirsten and Reyes might remember, it was like this really uncool high like frequency. And I'd unplug it and it'd go away. Plug it in. Something to do with the USB ports. So I've been using these crappy Logitech cameras, which are actually pretty handy for a lot of reasons, but also are very limited in quality. Nobody wants to see this anyways. I mean, I know I'm getting a lot of compliments on my beard lately, which is like, you know, I would expect more people to say like, your beard's weird, man, or something like that. But like, I mean, like friends that I've known for a long time that have never seen me in a beard, like they're like, oh, you like, and my wife is the one that really matters, and I'll catch her just like smiling at me out of the corner of my eye, and I'll be like, what? She'll be like, I like you in a beard. So it's staying. It's here for the duration. Although next time you see me, I've been told that I need to buzz the top again. My hair's getting too long, and if you look, it's barely long at all. So I got a nice new beanie to keep my head warm because it's nice and frosty over here, but ultimately it is what it is. All right, so moving forward, I'm about to make a pretty big announcement right now. Something I've been teasing for a while, mainly today, but even prior to today, and in another way, and like Raised and Kirsten have been sort of behind the scenes, been in the joke with me, and I'm finally getting ready to share it with you. Oh, before I do though, I want to tell you guys something. One more thing. Netflix users, a show called Tacoma FD has officially hit Netflix. Watch it. Binge it. Let's talk about it. It is a show about firefighters, and it's done by the same people who did Super Troopers. In fact, a handful of Super Troopers are in it. It's so well done. It's hilarious. There are 4 seasons of it that hit Netflix today. I have not seen the 4th season yet because we don't watch it live. We watch it on Max, but now it's on today, as of right now. So we're gonna be watching season 4 tonight. Actually, I'll probably start over. Oh, I gotta be honest, I'm probably gonna start over to season 1 and watch all the way through so it'll be a few days before I see season 4. But definitely watch it. It is hilarious. I mean, even if you're a firefighter, it makes fun of firefighting, but not in a way that like shames it. It's like it's just the stuff, the trials and tribulations, things that firefighters have to go through, and stuff that they experience and see, all while being in the comedy of like Super Troopers. So if you hated Super Troopers, get out of here. We can't be friends anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's worth a shot. Tacoma FD. I don't have any stock in it. I don't own no money and no attachment. It's just a really good show that I'd love to laugh and talk about. Looks like Brian D has seen it, and definitely would love to talk more about it. All right. So stream schedule moving forward. I've been teasing a game for Mondays. Really, originally it was going to be either Monday or Wednesday. I wasn't sure. And yes, one of the guys did leave. I don't think it has anything to do with Loki. It might. He's in a bunch of stuff. Maiwani, the Hawaiian guy, yeah, he is not in season 4. They swapped him for somebody else, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maiwani, though, the same actor, is also in their recent movie that the same group did. Broken Lizard is the name of their comedy group. And Maiwani was in Quasi, which was a movie about Quasimodo that all of those same guys were in. So it's not like maybe a scheduling conflict or something. It might be Loki. I don't know. Snozzberry stinks like Snozzberry. You're right, Teflon. They certainly do. All right. So the game, I'd love for you guys to guess it, but I don't really have any clues that make sense. So I'm just going to tell you. Here we go. Ready? Here's the stream schedule moving forward as of right now. Mondays are going to be RoboCop. That's right. We're going to check out RoboCop. And here's the thing. If you've ever seen the movie, the police officer that becomes RoboCop, his name is Alex Murphy. So from now on, RoboCop Mondays will be known as Murphy Mondays. See what I did there? That's pretty good. Murphy Mondays. And I forgot all about that, honestly. I watched it recently. Kirsten came up with a funny one, WoboCop Wednesdays with a W instead of an R. I thought that was pretty funny, but I also thought that might catch some flack. And if it does, it was my idea, not Kirsten's. Don't say anything to her about it. It was my idea, but really it was her idea. So all of that being said, we moved and basically what happened was I wasn't ready to buy and play RoboCop last week on Wednesday, so I slid Teardown into the Wednesday spot, which then sort of forced it into Monday. And then I bought the game and then realized Alex Murphy edition was the edition I bought. It was weird. The regular version was like $60 or $70, and you just got the game. The Alex Murphy edition with like bonus stuff, a bunch of crap I don't want, some no skins, and like some soundtrack or art book or something. It was like $20 cheaper. I think I got it for $48 or something like that. So I bought the Alex Murphy edition, and then I went, wait a minute, Murphy Mondays, duh, Brian, duh. But anyways, Teardown is on Wednesdays, and I've got good news. I was sort of, I was not struggling, but I was finding myself sort of short a minute or two, well, more like seconds or two, on the alarm bells ringing in Teardown. So basically, if you didn't watch Teardown, it's a pixel-based game that everything is destructible. So you've got a couple of tools to start with. The more you play, the more tools you get. Blowing things up, knocking walls down. Think Minecraft, but like already built and like you're ruining somebody else's project. Like think sandcastle at the beach that some young kid built and you just ran it over with your four-wheeler. It's kind of like that stuff. But basically each task, each map that you got to go blow stuff up. There's like a heist. You got to go like steal some, data off a computer or a safe or do these simple tasks. And once you start one of those tasks, you have 60 seconds to complete the rest and then get to your getaway vehicle and get out. So I was finding that I could do all the tasks, but it was hard to get to the vehicle and get out. So I needed like 5 or 10 more seconds and it would have saved me. Turns out in the options, you can actually add 60 seconds to the alarm time. So I'm going to be able to go from 1 minute to 2 minutes, and it's going to be easy peasy, and we should have no problem getting that pleasy, which is platinum for those of you who don't speak Brianese. All right, so Friday is going to return to Apex. We're probably going to see some fluctuation there. And, there may be some Fortnite, there may be some Apex, there may be some other stuff in there too. And there is possibilities of Fortnite, Lego Fortnite, that is, returning to the Tuesday spot once things settle down with the team. For example, Kirsten has been on a vacation. Tude's family has been on Christmas vacation, so his availability has been less. Gray has been working like a dog, trying to catch up because, working at the dock, sometimes work isn't always available. So he's taking his shifts, and so he's been pretty busy with that too. So essentially, that's why we kind of cut Halo short, because we just, availability was tough. But come the new year, which is tomorrow, things should start to slow down. Kids are going to go back to school. Reese will be back at school. Wife will be at work. Same with Tude's wife. Gray will still be up in the air, so we'll see. But we'll see some fluctuation. And I know that Kirsten was really interested in playing some more Lego Fortnite. And I know that Tude and I were enjoying it. And I'm still grinding those Battle Pass tiers on Fortnite, trying to get that Peter Griffin. But and then of course once you get that, you got to keep going to get the bird. Bird is the word. And then last but not least, we got Sunday. We got Lego Batman 2 for another week or 3, and that'll change. So I'm guessing by the end of January, we will be done with that and moved on to our next game, which when that is ready and it's going to happen, I will put up another vote on the community page of our YouTube channel, and you guys will be able to vote on it. Last time we had I want to say we had well over 1,000. Was it 1,000 or 2,000? We had a lot of votes. I wasn't expecting more than 100, and there was a ton of votes. So I'm hoping that is similar this time around. And I'm going to base the choices off of how long it's been since I played the game. So I'm going to have to go furthest back. So next it'll likely be, Marvel Superheroes, Jurassic World, and then a couple others in there as well. So looking at this, what was the votes at? 49. Why isn't it telling me how many votes? Oh, over 1,000 votes. It says 1K plus votes. Okay, so hopefully we'll get that same kind of feedback and be able to get a pretty good idea of what the majority of the channel wants. Because I always, it's always important to me to what that daily viewers watch and everything. But it's also important for me to strike some interest in the other people's as well. All right. I got some Patreon stuff to talk about. And then, quick reminder, we do have merch. Nothing has changed in the store. So if you haven't been there ever, go check it out. It's all brand new and hot. If you have been there before, then maybe revisit. I did have some 20% coupons that I do not believe got fully grabbed. But I'd have to double check on that. But if you are planning on making a merch perch and you are looking for a discount, feel free to message me on the old Discord or whatever, and I'll see what I can do. I do have a little bit of flexibility there. Speaking of flexibility, I know that some of you are days, if not seconds away from hitting your 4-year badge. That's really awesome. And I really appreciate all your support in and out. And that includes everybody, the Patreon peoples and everything as well. I'm getting some weird. Is that That's what it was. I could hear the stereo playing over there, but I couldn't. It was only a certain part of it could I hear. I was like, "What is that?" Music playing. All right, Patreon. If you don't know, we got a place called patreon.com/HappyThumbsGaming where you can go and support the creator, us, directly. YouTube, every place you go, there's plenty of ways to support us. None of it is needed. Watching us is simply all we ever ask for. But if you did want to go above and beyond, we do have a couple of tiers over Patreon, which I am going to revamp. I'm going to sit down with the wife and a couple other people. In fact, I have this suggestive class slash template slash, follow this and you will succeed in all these areas. And so I'm going to have the wife kind of look over it. She's really smart with that kind of stuff. I'm sort of limited on my on my brain power, where she has a little bit wider valleys and peaks to search through. But ultimately, we're going to try to revamp the Patreon a little bit, and it may look way different. Like it may get dumbed down or maybe removed for the most part, and it may move all the way over to YouTube. We may open up some other stuff too. OnlyFans maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I won't have an OnlyFans, and it wouldn't be like that if it was. It'd be like foot pictures or something. You don't want to see my feet? Fine. No OnlyFans for you. I'm just kidding. I know nobody wants to see my feet. All that aside, I'd like to give a shout out to these guys who have contributed at $5 and up. So much love to all of you. I do believe one person has removed. I won't point them out, but I appreciate all the support. These guys right here, much love. Seriously, have helped out tremendously over the years. Some of you on like next level stuff, and some of you just on just like that level stuff. Really appreciate it no matter what. And again, like I said, don't ever feel like, oh no, I can't donate or whatever. Like, watching and hanging out, that helps me a lot too. So just know that we love you no matter what you got. Let's see here. And Happy New Year's, everyone. Not quite. Still 6 hours, actually 5 hours and 54 minutes. But, and Brian still got 2 hours and 54 minutes. All right. Next up too, I've got a couple of $10 and up Patreon shouts as well. So let me go ahead and get rid of that. You know him. He used to be part of the team. He still is. At least spiritually anyways. Dougie Fresh 613. Thank you for being at that $10 and up support tier. Much love, much love. Now I thought we might see him, but I know I'll get a comment tomorrow, and if he does comment 523. And I'll see it and I'll be like, he watched it. Michael Karsberg. Thank you so much for your continued support, Michael. Much love. I hope you have a great new year. I saw that you posted sort of like a year-end wrap of like photos and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Again, I'm a homebody. I don't like to leave or do much, so I always like seeing what other people are doing, and it's always fun to see your stuff. You go to a lot of concerts. I think it's cool. I also got Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your continued support. Much love, much love. And that's actually it for the $10 and up, believe it or not. So again, nobody is obligated or expected to do anything, and I greatly appreciate those who have supported at $1, $2, $5, $10, and all the super chats and everything. At some point, I'm going to have to like take Teflon out for dinner or something too, because I would imagine a plane ticket's probably been paid for by now. Cheaptickets.com, that is, anyways. But yeah, seriously, big shout out to all my donators. This year was real big for a handful of people, and a couple that come to mind are, Teflon, obviously. Chacho has contributed a fair amount this year. Hoosier was definitely on it. K's sort of new to the group, but definitely made a splash in the pond right away. Appreciate the support. And there's been lots of other Gerg too, who's made multiple efforts. And now if he could just slow down with those fart bombs, we'd be in much better shape. I'm just kidding, Gerg. Nothing but love. And he said he was going to be here, but he also said he was going to avoid it because I told him that we were going to go over my PlayStation wrap, which involved him a little bit, which it did, because he actually was a huge part of Ghostbusters. If you remember, he was kind of an arse. Always like screwing around, trolling, taking stuff away. Like he'd take something out or knock something out that wasn't, or whatever, or he'd be the ghost and he'd kill one of us. Like, it was still fun though. It was all in good fun. It was fun stuff. He was also Chacho's best friend in Evil Dead, which, for the record, I actually finally watched Evil Dead Rise yesterday. I know it's like way off topic or whatever, but the fact that I played Evil Dead the game and then I was just talking about it made me think about it, and it was okay. I mean, I've always been a fan of the Evil Dead movies to an extent. Like, I'm not sure I like the new level of realism that we have reached with special effects when it comes to horror movies. Like, like all the Fast and Furious, like cars flying, spaceships, all that stuff. Super cool. Love it. Very, very welcomed. The like the cheese graters, the choppy chop. Like, I'm just not into that. That's not me. Like, I even grew up with like Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees, and it's like, even watching that stuff, like there was something about the way it was done that didn't make me like want to pass out. Like, didn't make me want to vomit. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's what the director and producers are going for, but like, I don't love the realism of those. I like a good scary movie, but it's like getting harder and harder to watch scary movies with my wife because it's like literally like dismemberment and high-end, crazy, not okay violence that I could just do without. I'm just not a violent person. Like, I have moments of frustration or anger, but I'm not a violent person. I can't even remember the last time I wanted to hurt somebody, let alone did, you know. Race. No, I'm just kidding. I saw that even Homer Simpson has even stopped doing his infamous Bart joke, which is probably long overdue. But I mean, it's just, right? Like, we're so desensitized to so many things as a group or a human. It's just crazy. Not a fan of Splash movies. Splash was great. Daryl Hannah was amazing. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, not that Splash. Well, guys, I crossed the hour mark. What else you got for me? Anything? I knew you didn't mean Splash Practice, giving you a bad time. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that I've got. Watch Tacoma FD so we can talk about it, laugh about it. Hot burning. Hot burning. Let's do it. I'm rocking out. Shouldn't be. Not even singing the right words. But that's okay though. Yeah. So next year, guys, I will see you. Oh yeah, quick reminder. Tomorrow we are not streaming. I'm gonna be taking my family on a quick little adventure up north to Portland. And we're going to go to a record store, 2nd Avenue Records. Feel free to look it up if you want. 2nd Avenue Records, Portland, Oregon. It's like a living relic of awesomeness in Portland. And then we're going to head on over to the mall and check out Lego. And then we're going to go and catch some lunch. It sucks because... Teflon will let you know in Super Chat! It sucks because... there's a place called the Thirsty Lion. There's only a couple of them anywhere, I think. I don't think it's a franchise. I think it's a local establishment. But I go there and I meet some of my old school homies that I grew up with up in Beaverton. And that's like kind of like an easy place for me to get to, and it's real close to them. So last couple of years, when one of them comes into town and stays with the other one, we always go meet up there. And they have this... I'm not a big jalapeno guy, but they have this jalapeno crusted chicken. It's like a jalapeno Parmesan crusted chicken mac and cheese, and it's like a 5 cheese mac and cheese, and like that's all I can think about like most days. Like, wife's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, Thirsty Lion. There's not a lot of great items on the menu there, and she is not a huge fan of mac and cheese or jalapenos either, so that's not a dish for her. So it sucks because it's like one of those places where like there's something I like, but not something that she really likes. And I hate dragging her to, because I don't like being dragged to places. So I always try to make sure. And so tomorrow we talk about going to the Cheesecake Factory, which is literally in the same parking lot as the Thirsty Lion. So I don't even know what we're going to do. I made this joke that we can go have lunch at Cheesecake Factory. Reese and I will eat all of our lunch. Wife will not. She will have leftovers for dinner. And that on the way home, we could stop and order to-go orders of the mac and cheese so that Reese and I would have dinner when we got home, and that she could just eat her leftover. And she laughed, but I think that's honestly probably what we'll do. But I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Cheesecake Factory. It's all right food. It's not like, oh my God, it's Cheesecake Factory, but it's pretty good. The Parmesan chicken sandwich is pretty bomb. Cheesecake's pretty good. We probably won't get no cheesecake though, but it's not cheap. It's like $18 or $20 a plate. And there's 3 of us plus tip, plus a drink. So I mean, it's like $60, $70 right there. And then you got you know, Thirsty Lion on the way home. That's like another $40, probably $20 for a pack. It's not cheap. Food is expensive, especially for like decent food. And I can't do like Burger King and McDonald's and that stuff. I just don't do that anymore. Dairy Queen, very rarely. Very rarely. I think we ate at Dairy Queen probably 5 times this last year. And 2 of them were in the last week. But anyways, so I'm just sort of babbling on now, peoples. You guys probably have things you want to go and do. I appreciate you guys hanging out and spending time, though. You know, next time I see you, it will be a new year. Like I said, I won't be streaming tomorrow or Tuesday, so I got a couple of days off before I return. I am going to spend some time on Tuesday working on some stuff, though. I still got that list video that I never completed. I've got a bunch of legwork done. I don't know how much longer it'll take before I get that done, if it'll ever actually get to completion. I also have a couple of other shorts. One of them is, the hardest part about this other one is that it's all recorded in wide instead of tall, right? And shorts are tall, right? If you're following me. So when I took the video, I had my phone sideways because it's full picture, it's long form size, but shorts are tall. So I'm trying to get the wide into the skinny without it distorting or missing out on the context. But it's from when we went to Blockbuster, the last Blockbuster video on the planet. It's the only one. I don't think there's any new ones that have opened up. It's the only one. And we went there. But we went there like 2 years ago and I still haven't made the video. So I need to do that. But it's just like sitting in a folder, pretty much ready to go. I just need to do it. And then I need to figure out, like, you know, do I want to have music to it? Do I want to narrate it? Do I want to have any text at all? Like, I don't even know. And that's kind of where my hurdle is. I'm still not, I don't watch those videos very much. So I don't have like an understanding of what they should be or how they should look or what succeeds. I did find a new category under my YouTube stats tonight, though, when I was looking at analytics, and it's got a bunch of suggestive stuff. So like other content creators that had better success with certain things, or even keywords that had great success on my channel. It's like a whole new world. I didn't even know it existed. It was just a separate tab on my analytics. So I'm going to be focusing on that a little bit too, but I'm going to try to crush it next year. I'm hoping we get some Lego games. I'm hoping that, you know, check some boxes and things that we've always wanted to do. And I just hope it's an overall good year. I'm not making any crazy New Year's resolutions. I'm not trying to hit 12 million views or anything crazy. I just want it to be a good year, not only for me, but for everybody out there. And, you know, I'm sure that sounds like cliche or generic or whatever, but it's true. Like, you guys all make my dream come true. So I hope your dreams come true as well. And Tim, what is up? Happy New Year to you. And yes, so guys, that is actually going to do it for me. So I'm going to wrap it up. 2023, kiss my... No, I'm just kidding. But for realsies, though, I'm out of here. Guys, check us out at happythumbsgaming.com. If you have not checked out our trophy achievement guides, you might find that they're better than the videos, which also include the videos. So it's like the best of both worlds. And of course, you know, check out some merch, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya.